I'm going to give it a second or two here, figuring out if this is going live. I haven't done this for a little while, and I didn't pre-schedule this. This is a very much impromptu session here today. What I'm trying to do right now is just toggle into my LinkedIn, see if the live stream's picking up. By the way, if you're watching this live, I would love it if you could drop me a comment. Let me know that you're seeing this. I normally will do a 30-second intro video, and that will allow me the time to know that the ramp up is occurring, that people are starting to see the video. But today I decided just to do this very much impromptu. All right, so it looks like it's live on my LinkedIn. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Good morning. Welcome. Maybe it's good afternoon or good evening when you're watching this. Today I'm going to do a live stream, and I want to just back it up a little bit and explain this. So normally I had been doing a LinkedIn live series, and I was doing it on Tuesdays, and I think I was doing it the first Tuesday of the month, and then I kind of wound that series down a bit as I started at the same time to really focus more on ramping up my efforts on YouTube. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that I had set a goal. I was moving towards that goal to get to the point where you can monetize your YouTube channel, where you can earn ad revenue off of it. So I set a goal in January, and I started working towards that. And part of that was publishing at least one video a week. And once I got to the goal, it was like I let the steam off a bit because I achieved that goal. But now I really want to make sure that I'm pushing out regular content to my YouTube channel that's valuable. But I also thought, well, maybe I can multitask here. I can do part of what my workday, my task list, I've got all kinds of tasks that I'm working on for today. So I thought, well, maybe today what I will do is I'll publish a video to my YouTube channel and simultaneously create a LinkedIn event and walk you through the step-by-step process on how I do this. So maybe you can learn from me a little bit behind the scenes. So if you're watching this, I'd love it if you'd leave a comment, whether you're watching live or in replay. Let me know that you're seeing this video and which network you're seeing it on as well. I think I'll see your comments coming in, whether they're from YouTube or from LinkedIn. So I'm going to start with the event that I'm going to create. An event page on my LinkedIn will be for this free Friday VIP office hours. And I used to have this as a series that were for people that were in career transition and job seeking. And I decided to make a shift this year for my business because I'm focusing more on serving individuals who are self-employed. And a lot of my courses and my offerings are really aligning with that area of focus. In addition, I also serve individuals who are employees of companies. I do team training, I speak at conferences and whatnot. But the self-employment focus has been something I've been moving more towards. So I decided to free up the job seeker office hours session, and I'm using that date and time slot now, first Friday of the month, for this Friday. I'm still calling it Friday VIP office hours, but now it's dedicated for individuals who are considering becoming self-employed instead of finding a new job, or for those who are already self-employed and want to network with others. So what I'm going to do is I am going to walk you through the process of how I'm building this for today. I'm going to start by going to my LinkedIn homepage. I'm going to have commentary the whole way through. I go through the process. It's almost like when you watch a cooking show and they explain to you exactly like why they're measuring things and what they're doing. And I'm going to explain to you why I'm doing things and what I'm doing and how. So if I wanted to create an event on my LinkedIn profile, I'm going to start from the homepage, and you can click on the blue in symbol or the home symbol, by the way, anywhere you are inside LinkedIn, get to the homepage, and then you're going to click inside the box that says start a post. Okay. Now, LinkedIn's a little bit tricky. So you may not even know where to find the events tab. That's why I'm explaining where you want to go. So you click on start a post, and then you're going to see in the bottom, there's some options that will pop up here, some different icons. By the way, did you notice just what happened? My last post started to autofill. Wasn't that weird? That happens sometimes. I clicked out of that graphic to clear it out because I'm like, nope, I need to kind of clear the cache, LinkedIn. I'm starting fresh with a new post. So once I clicked inside start a post, you're going to see some icons along the bottom. And if you hover over them, you're going to see add media, create an event, right? Celebrate an occasion and more. So I'm creating an event. So I'm going to click on the plus create an event. Now from here, we're going to build this event as we are creating this. So first thing is you're going to see upload cover image, and it's saying minimum width 480 pixels, 16 by 9 recommended. Now, I don't know if this is just me or not, but when I see things like 480 pixels, 16 by 9, I'm like, what the heck is that? Like, it feels like they're talking code, right? I'm going to pull back the curtain a little bit on this and just let you know 480 pixels when they say minimum width. Um, and I'm not a techie person. This is just my brain's way of understanding this. Pixels is the way that we measure the size of something on our computer screen. So 480 pixels has to be the minimum width, but then they're saying 16 by 9 is the ratio, the size ratio. So my understanding, I think it's a 16 width by 9 height. I think that sounds right. So I want to share with you what I do though in this instance because you know, sometimes it's just a little bit tricky when you're like trying to figure out the dimensions of these things and they give you the 16 by 9. So I'm going to share this tab instead. Make sure this is working here. I'm just tagging into. Okay. So now I'm in Canva, canva.com, graphic design for dummies. Get a free Canva account. Everything I'm doing here today, you can use the free Canva account to do. Okay. So inside Canva, and I've already created this as a template, but if you wanted to create it from scratch, you would go to the home, you could just click on create design, and then you're going to click on custom size. Now here's what I do. If they say the dimensions are 16 by 9, just put a 16 with 2 zeros after it and a 9 with 2 zeros after it. That way it'll create it in a large enough frame that you can actually work out of it and you don't have to worry about the minimum dimensions being achieved because remember it's 480 minimum, so this is already 1600, so we're in good shape here. Now I've already created this inside here and I'm actually going to use one of my previous event templates as a starting point for this. So I'm just going to take a quick once over on this. The event that I'm promoting is this free Friday VIP office hours, and I want to use some brand elements from this page to create some brand continuity there. But I'm just doing a quick once over on other images that I've created in here to see, do I have anything that's kind of similar? I actually like this one right here, as this one's kind of similar. So I'm going to duplicate this one. And then I'm going to just drag this up to the top. It's almost like creating a PowerPoint. And these are like individual little slides. And I want to drag it up to the top because this will help me to remember the next time I go in here, what was the last event that I created? It's right at the top. So now you can certainly build this from scratch. I'm building this from a template essentially here. So this is a free Friday VIP office hour. So I'm going to say free event at the top. It's free virtual. Oops, I need to type this in. Free virtual event. Okay. Now, I've also used that background, that white wood background in another template that I have inside Canva. I'm going to pull that up so I don't have to search for it all over again. I certainly could go through and use the search feature for that, but I don't know. I used to say lazy marketer, and people are like, you're not lazy. You're really efficient. You're really creative at how you do things. So maybe I'm an efficient or a creative marketer. I don't know, but I'm going to go back to the template that I've already used for that wood look, and I'm going to grab it from there rather than hunting through Canva and try to find the exact one. An alternative is I could go to the web page and just grab the, I don't know if I even put it in here yet. Did I? I did, but I didn't use the same template. So I could go back to the web page and try to grab it from the background, but in this case, I'm just going to create it as a new image inside here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click on the background, delete out the picture that's in there. And then the next thing I need to do is I am looking for an element to put inside there. So let's see. I don't want to create a design. I want to go into elements. There it is. So I'm going to type in white wood. And this was actually a photo. So I'm going to click on that. And I think it was this one right here. Let me just see. Yep, that looks pretty similar to it. So now once I've clicked on it, it's adding it to my template in Canva. And I'm going to just scroll down to set images background, and that'll put it in the background inside there. Okay. So what else do I need to change in here? Presented by Brenda Miller of Miller Marketing. I need to change the date. The next event, and the good thing here is if I click on add event, it's going to show me. So this is going to be Friday, May 2nd. Okay. You're just watching me. I'm building a LinkedIn event and I'm walking you through the whole process of doing this. Friday, May 2nd. And I need to pull May up to the previous line here. There we go. And I'm going to put the time as, it's going to get a little tricky here with 2 lines. 10 to 11 a.m. Eastern time. Okay, so what else? I need to change the name to Friday VIP Office Hours with Brenda Miller. Go back to the template here, paste as plain text. Looking at the color scheme, so I've got it black on the white wood background here, so I'm going to make sure that there's consistency with coloring, because from a brand consistency standpoint, you want to make sure that it looks like the event in both places. And if someone were to click off of this event and come to this page, they want, you know, you want them to go, yep, that's the right thing. It looks like what she's talking about there. I'm going to remove the bold because it's feeling a little bit heavy. I'm also going to change this to my magenta color, so I have a little bit of differentiation there, and that's feeling a bit heavy. So I'm going to go into my fonts. I use Montserrat as my font. I'm going to change that to not the bolded version. Well, maybe I'll do that bolded version, but I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Let's see here, 42. Sometimes you just got to eyeball these things. And I think because everything feels left aligned, I'm going to move this to a left aligned box on here. Let's see, there we go. Now that's lined up there. And then we need a subdescription underneath here. So I'm going to use this statement right here that I've already created for my web page. So I'm just going to paste as unformatted text. There we go. And then I need to delete the QR code. I'm going to add the new one. And here's how you do that. So I'm on the web page. I grab the full address with the HTTPS. Back inside Canva, I type in QR code. And then I use the Canva app for that. Paste the QR code, generate code, and it will plop it into your project automatically, if you will. Let's see what else I want to do here. This one, I actually want to make it a little bit larger. And this was pink on the web page. If you remember that, I do though. So I'm going to adjust the sizing of this. I always like to leave a little bit of air around this and the QR code. Okay, let's see. I think that looks pretty good. So free virtual event, Friday VP office hours with Brenda Muller, considering becoming self-employed instead of finding a new job, already self-employed and want to network with others. So I'm going to bring the already down to the next line because that feels to me like a new statement inside here. And then I'm going to rename this Friday VIP. And then I'm going to call this 050225. You know, one thing I was just thinking of is this could be an event graphic that I use for Friday, May 2nd. You know what I might want to do though? I'm going to duplicate it and I'm going to change this to the first, whoops, I could do first 1ST Friday every month from 10 to 11 a.m. Eastern time. Now I'm going to break this apart a little bit. First Friday every month, and I can take out the word from, right? And then I can stack that inside here. And what if I bold that statement? What if I make that a Montserrat bold? Let's see if I can find text styles like this one right here. And I remove the double bold on there. What do you think about that? Kind of looking at the alignment of this text compared to this. Let me just fix this. This looks like it's a little bit, the space between the letters is a little bit too wide. So I'm adjusting that. So now I've got the first Friday every month. I'm feeling like that's a little bit big. Let me make that 38 instead. Okay. And what if I take out with Brenda Muller? I think I like that in there because it's part of my event name. I'm just playing with the layout of this a little bit. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with this. I don't know that I need the white background here. Maybe I'll keep it in there. Okay, so once I've got this all set, Friday VIP, it's the date. Actually, I'm going to change this to 2025 because I can use this for all of my events. And I'm going to create it 16 by 900 event. Whoops. Dash LinkedIn. I'm going to create a name that says LinkedIn event. That way I can reuse this graphic every month. I don't have to create a new one. The landing page will redirect people to the correct ad event. Then I click on share and I'm going to click on download. It's a PNG format. I'm going to select page number 1, done, download it. And that's going to save it into a folder on my desktop. It'll probably go into my downloads folder. Let's see where it goes. If you're just joining me, I'm creating a LinkedIn event today, and I'm walking you through the process step by step that I do for creating these events. All right, so now it's been saved inside my folder. Now I'm going to navigate back to LinkedIn, and I need to share this tab instead. Okay, so you're coming along with me for the ride here. Let's see. The next thing I need to do is I need to click on upload cover image, and you can't see it, but right now it's navigating to a folder on my desktop that I've just saved that image in. As soon as I click on open, there you go. Now you're starting to see it being built inside there. Okay. I'm going to click on apply. Now it's saying event format. This is going to be an external event link. The name of the event, I'm going to call this, and it's got 75 characters. So I'm going to just add in some descriptive text. I'm going to say first Friday each month dash VIP office hours with Brenda Meller. And I've got more characters for the self. Now I'm going to run out of characters here. So let's see what we can do here. I can't put that in there. I'm going to take out with Brenda Meller. That's less important than getting the keywords in here for the self-employed. Okay, first Friday each month. Let's see what else I can do. So I can do EA month with Brenda Meller. Oh, I've got 2 characters left. So what else could we do in here? First Friday, I can abbreviate first Fri, period, each month with Brenda Meller. So I'm getting really creative here. Part of the reason I'm doing this is when people register for an event on LinkedIn, after they click on RSVP, they'll get an email sent to them to add it to their calendar. Now, the details that are going to appear, it's kind of sparse. They'll have like the event name will go in the event name field on their calendar, whether it's a Google Calendar or their Outlook calendar or whatnot, and then the link to join the event, which is going to be the registration link inside here. So I know that if I can make this a little bit more descriptive, if they see the keywords VIP office hours, self-employed, Brenda Meller, they remember, oh, it's Brenda's event that I'm going to. So that's part of the reason I'm trying to fit those keywords in. And while it's not ideal to do the abbreviations and things like that, I'm taking some liberties on here because I'm thinking of what's the most important thing for them to know about this event, and how will what I put in here help to encourage more people to attend and participate live. Okay. Start date 5/2, 10 a.m., end date 10 a.m. Okay, so external event link will be the place that they need to register. So I'm going to drop that in here. Description. So inside the description field, I'm going to copy as much text as I can from the web page. The formatting is not going to carry over, and that's okay. But I like to give as much descriptive information as I can. And the beauty of LinkedIn events, I don't know if you can see this at the bottom, you could put 5,000 characters in here. So the more the merrier. So I'm going to copy all the way down to the bottom here. And let's see how much of this I can fit in here. Yeah, I'm only at 1888 so far. See that? Now we can't do bolding or anything in here, but that's okay. Okay, let's see, register here. Register. I'm going to say register to get the Zoom link to join. And I'm going to put this in here a couple times because there's going to be people who RSVP on LinkedIn who don't know that they need to go to this other site to register, and that's okay. So let's see what I have in here. The who is looking good. I may take out a little bit of the spacing because LinkedIn will sometimes add in some additional spaces when you copy and paste because it's probably in the background. And I just need to delete that out. Okay. Why questions? Okay. Or DM me here on LinkedIn so I can add a little bit of that inside there. Excuse me. Going back to the web page again. I'm going to copy this as well. So again, they're giving us 5,000 characters. I am an opportunistic marketer. If LinkedIn says we're going to give you a box and you can put 5,000 characters in that box, I'm going to figure out what else I can put in here as well. Okay. I'm not going to promote my services in here because I really want to just keep this to the event itself. Okay. Speakers. Now, if you're creating an event for yourself, you can actually list yourself as a speaker. Perfectly fine. I do invite other people to help facilitate the call with me. I call them my all-stars. So if they indicate that they're planning to event, I'm going to add them to the speaker lineup as well. So now I've got all this created. I'm going to do a once over on it. Free virtual event. I've got the graphic in here with the QR code, external event link, event name, the time zone, the start and end time, external event link. Let's see if I need anything else on here. This is all filled in pretty well with information about the event. Some people will read it and others won't, and that's okay. And then I'm going to click on next. The very next thing that happens after you create an event on LinkedIn is now it's going to publish this as a LinkedIn post. So I'm going to say, join me on the first Friday every month from 10 to 11 a.m. Eastern time. You know what I'm going to add in front of there, actually? I'm going to use the same language that I have on this landing page. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to post that in the beginning. And I always like to think about when I'm doing a LinkedIn post, I'm speaking to one person. That helps to make it conversational and it helps to make it more relatable. So I'm also trying to use the language here that I'm using on my landing page to create some brand consistency. So it feels familiar when they go to that landing page. Okay. So considering becoming self-employed instead of finding a new job, already self-employed and want to network with others. Now, have you noticed here, this looks bolded? Sometimes the bolding will carry over. A lot of times it doesn't. Let's see what happens. I don't think it will. I think it's just looking like it's bolded right now. Okay. Details are at the link below in this event. This is, I need to add a space in there. This is a free event. Feel free to spread the word to others. Okay. And what else might I put inside here? Because let's assume the average person's not going to read everything inside there. So maybe I add in some additional details in here as well. So maybe I take the who, what, where, when, cost free, why, all of that stuff, and put that in there, because my goal is to get them to click to go to the event in RSVP, but I need to capture their attention. I need to pique their curiosity enough to get there, right? So I am just going through here and I want to make sure it's skimmable. So if I have long paragraphs like this one, I'm going to break it apart a little bit, add some spacing in here. Let's see. And there we go. And the beauty of this session too, I think this is the only thing I'm doing free right now. Like sometimes during the year I offer webinars, which are a preview of some of the online courses and things like that I have, but I no longer do free for free. I always do, if I'm doing something free, it links back into something. So in this case, free, it will link you back into, when you sign up for this event, you're coming into my VIP email list where you get LinkedIn tips and event updates and things like that from me. And then we start to build that rapport back and forth with each other. The self-employment group is a group that I am now helping with my LinkedIn activities, my online programs, things like that as well. So it's a good fit. And I am also creating content on my YouTube channel, which is helping with my monetization ongoing goal. Recurring monthly revenue coming in from that. And then finally, I'm starting to now take some of these episodes and convert them into my podcast. So this particular live stream won't go onto the podcast because this is really a visual demonstration, but the Friday VIP office hours will be converted into the podcast. And let me just demonstrate for you on that. I use Buzzsprout for hosting my podcast. And if you are using, if you're a podcast listener, I should say, I highly recommend that you look it up. You know, you can look up just my name, Brenda Meller. If you can't remember the name of the show, you can just look up my name as the host, and you'll find my podcast. I actually have two, but the one that I'm referring to here is really the main one, and it's called Enthusiastically Self-Employed. Let me share the screen here. I stopped sharing the screen. Please hold. Let's see here. This is tricky. I'm not as familiar with Restream. Share screen. Here it is. As I am. I was using StreamYard before, but I started having a lot of hiccups and technical issues. They changed management about the same time those issues happened. So I don't know if that's coincidence or not. Let's see. Can I change the order? Yes. Okay. So this is the Buzzsprout admin landing page for my podcast, which is called Enthusiastically Self-Employed. So what I did here is I converted this the last office hours into an episode on my podcast, and converted that out. You know, I've already gotten some good downloads from that show as well. So it's about an hour long. I did a little bit of editing before publishing it, but you know, so again, I'm creating this event as a free event to bring people into my email list, to start to get people to come into my community, right? So they're subscribing to my email list for one. I'm creating YouTube content at the time. So that's helping to support my monetization goal. And I'm also converting that episode into podcast content as well. And I've started getting clients for my podcast. I've been doing my podcast for about coming up on 2 years now. And just lately, over the past month, I've heard 2 clients that said, I signed up to work with you because I was listening to your podcast. Never met them before. They weren't referred to me otherwise. So the podcast is definitely monetized now. I'm very happy with that. All right, so I think that's it. Before I publish, I might just add a call to action. I might just say, help me spread the word. Sometimes I like to use little emojis. I'm going to click on my Windows key and period. Oops, you're not seeing this. Let me stop sharing. Share this tab instead. Glad I looked up at a restream there. Help me spread the word. So I'm going to this and I'm going to click on the Windows key and period. That brings up my little emoji keyboard. And I'm going to add in the little party emoji icon. Kind of small to see it here, but you can see something's being added in here. And then I might just add in a couple, like maybe 3 check marks in here. I'm going to think of what those 3 are right now. Okay. RSVP if you'd like to attend. Okay, and I might say DM this to a friend who is self-employed or job seeking and considering working for themselves. Themselves? Themself. I'm going to do singular instead. Grammar people, let me know what word I should have used there. I think it should be themselves. Working for themselves instead. Yeah, I think that's singular. Let's see what else. I'm saying RSVP if you'd like to attend. DM, and then I might say comment below to help me spread the word. Hope to see you there. All stars. And I'm going to tag them in. I'll add you to speaker if you're able to attend. Let me know. Sometimes I go uppercase, lowercase. I need to fix that. And I'm going to tag in a couple of those people who are regulars to my all-star lineup. Kenneth Lang. I'm going to do Mindy Stern, who is the cute little character up on screen. Did you see that in the background? Mindy Stern, Diana. I'm just kind of going top of mind. Who are the people who are normally a part of my VIP lineup? And then I need to get going because I've got another appointment here. Let's see. Linda Brubaker. Okay. Christopher G. Johnson. And this is a really great technique to help to start to jumpstart the reach of the post as well, as long as the people that you tag in are going to reply back and accept that. All right, so let me think of who else I could list inside here. Joey Himmelfarb is another person. Joey is sometimes joining us for the discussion there. I'm sure I'm missing a few people, so I'll add in additional tags later. So now I'm going to click on post, and that will publish this up. Now, what I don't know what's going to happen is I'm doing this live stream on LinkedIn right now, which counts as my post for the day. Now I'm doing another post about this event. So that's going to be 2 posts. So I might get a little bit of an algorithm hit, but that's okay. Whenever you do an event, it's kind of an odd thing. When you create the event, it creates a post at the same time. So, I'll just, some days you got to just take the hit for it. So let me stop the screen sharing and pull myself back up to large screen and say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration today. I was walking you through the process of how to create a LinkedIn event. I was using Canva. I was pulling information from my landing page and kind of building it as I go so you could see a little bit of the how and the why and the what I do going along with that. So I hope this has been helpful for you. And I want to invite you, if you are self-employed, you're more than welcome to come on out to my upcoming Friday VIP office hours. First Friday of the month from 10 to 11 a.m. Eastern time. You can go to mellermarketing.com/Friday VIP to register. Thanks for watching. And whether you're watching in live or playback, let me know in comments below if you can. All right. Have a good day. Thank you.